welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. For today's video, we are going to be going through a review, my thoughts of the curriculum that we used for my preschooler, my pre-K, pre-kindergartner, for the year 2022 to 2023. So we are wrapping up this school year, and it has been a pretty good year. We've seen her develop and grow so much in the last year, and I think it just really has to do with us, how we attacked or went through our homeschooling. So let's just get into it. So the core, what we based all of our curriculum around, were these two. Anyway, these two, and that is Top Student and the Smart Start of the Evan Moore curriculum or workbooks, and they're both pre-kindergarten. So I will say that I would not do both of these again at the same time. I would probably do one or the other, whatever I find, probably on Book Outlet or Amazon or somewhere that's cheaper. I really did enjoy both of these for her. And I will say that we did go through a bunch of individual Evan Moore stuff. Like we did every single book that I can find on Evan Moore for pre-kindergarten. So, I did like both of these, and I don't think that we need these two and every individual subject of Evan Moore workbook. I will say that we did finish all of them, but that's besides the point. So let's go through all the Evan Moore subjects first, I think. Is probably the best thing. So, like I said, we did all of the Evan Moore workbooks that I could find. So in the beginning, we did some math, which was good. There was some overlap between, I think it was this one that had a big math section, and this whole book was basically in this book, so you don't really need both. And then this one had like just a smaller section, I think. I have flip throughs from the curriculum that we used, like in the beginning, the video that I posted in the beginning of the school year. Okay. Spell and Write was very good. It was very, like, it had the same structure throughout the entire book for every letter, and we went through it every day, so that was good. And then these were different from the ones in those books, so if they need, it's always good to have extra writing practice at this age, so I think this one was definitely a good investment with those two, or at least that one, that those two, yeah, I'm doing my review, so those two. Okay, science had some repetition in those, the base of our core of what we had, but I did really like this science. I will say I did kind of go overboard with my curriculum picks this year. Geography was really good. I liked it. It wasn't too much of an overlap from those books and this one. They both had different things to bring to the subject, so that was really good, and so I really liked that. And then critical thinking was really good again. I really liked it. It had different subjects and stuff to expand on and just try to get her to think outside of the box on certain things. And then we ran out of curriculum because she loves doing worksheets, and so I did buy the grammar and punctuation, which is a little she's a little behind on her vocal, so we are still working on this. I made these into reusables, so I made like a little booklet, and it has them in like page protectors and stuff that we can work over and over and over again for drills. So I do like this one. I do think it's a little ahead of her where she is right now, but we're still going to be, not really drilling, but we're still going to be doing some stuff for summer school, which that's going to be a whole other video. Not summer school, I guess summer school. And so I did really enjoy this. If I had to do it again, I would do only one of these books. And if I'm getting this one, I wouldn't grab the math. But I probably would, if I was just getting Evan Moore, I would probably get I would probably get this one as the base, and then I would have geography, science, and critical thinking. But she did really, and then this one for drills and like repetition and stuff. So yeah, I did like all of them. I do love Evan Moore's stuff. I think I'm going to have Evan Moore, one of those 2 books, as my base of curriculum for next year again. But yeah, let's go on to, did I have anything from? No, I didn't. Okay, let's go on to the next subject. Okay, not really subject. Anyway, let's go with this one for a review. Okay, so this was really good for handwriting practice. My problem with this one is it is very, very repetitive. It has just writing the letters, and she would get really bored because, okay, her problem is I did this during the summer before the school year, so I decided to just lump this in. This was before I started like ripping out pages of the workbooks, which is why it's still intact. So my little's problem is she loves doing worksheets, and so she'll do worksheet after worksheet after worksheet, which is why I have to break them up. So this one, she would do worksheet and worksheet, but she wouldn't want to stop, but she got bored. So there's some of them that she would just start like scribbling instead of actually writing. So what we ended up doing for her, because I don't know why I still didn't do it, is that I would write one, and then she would write one, and then we would take turns, and then I would have a different notebook or a different workbook to switch out on. But this was just really, really repetitive, so if you have a kiddo that gets bored really, really easily or doesn't know when to stop sometimes, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you are breaking up pages and only having like 1 page or 2 pages available to that kiddo. Okay, is there any more handwriting? I'm kind of all over the place, so please bear with me. Okay. This one, the complete book of preschool. So this one I actually really, really liked. This one I had when we went out, when she wanted more worksheets or more like things to do. This one was really, really good. It has different concepts, different things, so I really enjoyed it. She did too. And I would definitely try to find another one of these for kindergarten, like this style. And I do like having like one book to have for, just in case she wants extra or if we're traveling and something like that and I still want her to do some kind of schooling. Okay. Next we have the math puzzles for kindergartner. But at the end of the year, she started getting really bored of the math for pre-K, so we decided to start her, because she loves math, started her on kindergarten math, and she really loved this. My problem with this book is that the print, and since this is such a small book, the part that she has to write is really, really tiny. So I think before we get another one of these, I would definitely try to work on her handwriting a lot more so it becomes a lot smaller. So I think that's definitely something that you should consider if your kids already write small, or if you're going to make this one of those things that you can do over and over and over again with a dry erase marker, or just say it instead of practice writing. I think it's really, really good. But we had some problems with her writing the stuff down in the little spots because they were so tiny. Tinker Active. So Tinker Active, okay, because we did so much, it was kind of a struggle with Tinker Active. So if I was going to do less, like I can, if I was going to do less, I would definitely get the Tinker Active workbooks. So the Tinker Active, every week, every lesson has a, like, activity or like an experiment or something like very hands-on besides just handwriting. So every book for every lesson has one of those, and it has multiple stuff that you can do. So I think if I was going to do this again, I would do less with everything else, because we did these workbooks, we did unit studies, we did a whole bunch of other stuff, and it was just really hard for me to be in like keep up with this, I feel. We did do everything. But I just feel like if I was doing less, this would have been a lot more enjoyable instead of me just trying to be an overachiever and accomplish everything. But that being said, I loved the worksheets. I loved the activities. It made things like I didn't have to plan really anything for it. I just had to figure out where to get all the stuff. So I feel like Tinkeractive is a really, really good thing if you're not going so much like I am. I feel like this is just a really good thing. The characters are quirky. It teaches a lot of good things. They have English, science, and math. So I think this is a very good investment if you're doing just like trying to ease your way into. And honestly, for pre-K and kindergarten, you don't need to be doing as much as me. My kid loves to do worksheets and loves to do school, and we are trying to work on her vocabulary, and because she has a speech delay, we're trying to work on her communication skills, which is why we kind of hit school so hard. Doesn't mean we don't play. We play a lot too. So, I mean, it's just for this, I didn't find a good flow for it for our homeschool personally. I might give it a go again, maybe, if I can commit to like smaller amounts. This is a lot. So definitely I would try to figure this out probably again if I plan on doing it. I'm not sure. I still haven't decided the curriculum for next year, y'all. I have no idea. And then the last thing that we're going to be talking about, the last curriculum, is going to be Sylvian learning. So we started running out of curriculum work pages towards the middle of the school year, because we hit worksheets and conversations really hard. So what I do is I try to use the worksheets to open up more and more conversations. We do it during play too, so I'm always trying to open up conversations and trying to have her work through her speech delay. So I bought Reading Readiness, which this one we finished. It was a little advanced, because this is kindergarten. It was a little advanced, but I think, and I turned some of these actually into like reusables, but I think this worked really, really well. It started off really, really simple, and it's just started going off of that. Like it started with the sounds, which she already knew, and other stuff like that. So I think this was a really good starting point. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is Sylvian learning, numbers and sight words. So we did the numbers, and I did love them. The little things. The worksheets had enough space for her to write and answer all of the questions, and they worked really, really well. They had a very big variety of things to her to figure out math-wise. We did not get into the sight words. I think this is something that we're going to start maybe like gently doing in summer school, but it's definitely just something that we are still trying to work out and have her go through. So this is definitely something that we're going to be doing during our summer school thing. Anyway, so we went through, I'm not going to count this one because this one we did before the summer, or before the school year. So we did
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
14 actual workbooks. So also, I just thought of something. I also had Alpha Phonics, 100 teach your kids to read to 100 easy lessons that we started doing in the beginning of the school year, and she does not respond very well to those types of reading curriculums. She has no interest in them. So what we started doing instead was reading a lot of books, and she started reading the Bob's books by herself. So that's definitely something that we're going to keep on doing. She just did not respond to the other two reading curriculums. Now, we also did core knowledge. Core knowledge, it was very intense. I have the Everything Your Pre-Kindergartner Needs to Know book, and I think for the most part that's enough. I did like how core knowledge is a huge curriculum that's completely free, and you can take whatever you want. I think next year I'm just going to pick and choose the actual like huge thing, and like, because I tried to do every single one and then just didn't get every single one to do, because everything has like a teacher's guide and image cards and all this stuff, and that's good. And if I was to do every single one of those things, I'd definitely go to the homeschool printing company and print those out, because that's a lot of ink. But for the most part, I did really like the activities and the worksheets and stuff. I would definitely be a little bit more selective of the ones that I pick from there, but I did enjoy that. So if you haven't checked out Core Knowledge, it is very, very good for you. It is kind of set in a classroom environment, but I think you can use it to whatever homeschool size that you have. Okay, what else do we use? Alpha Phonics, I already talked about. Progressive phonics is the last thing, I think. I should have had a like notebook or something with all the curriculum that we use. I do, I just didn't grab it. Progressive phonics. Progressive phonics, I really liked. We're going to start doing the beginner readers with progressive phonics. We did the alphabets. The alphabet, and she really enjoyed the crafts that came with it and all that stuff, and that just added something a little bit extra. And yeah, that one was really good. She really liked that one, and it was just really good. It came with like little stories and all this stuff, so it was just, is that the one that came with stories? I forget. Actually, I don't think it came with stories. Doesn't matter. It came with worksheets and like some games and stuff like that. So I think that really worked really well. I'm definitely going to be using Progressive Phonics for the reader next year. So that's going to happen. What else did we use this year? I'm just rambling at this point, by the way. We did Versatiles for the kindergartner for the math, and she really, really loves them. I'll put like a picture somewhere of it, and that works really, really well. She honestly keeps on doing those over and over and over again, and it's just really good. It's something that she can also self-check herself, so she can figure out if she's doing it correctly. So yeah, I think that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this kind of rambly, long video. But yeah, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below, and I will see you guys next time.